Hello, everybody. It's Dr. Rick dropping in on you. Hope everybody is having an unbelievable start to your week. As for me, it has been quite crazy for the last couple of weeks with everything that we are trying to get done on the closeout of the year. If you followed me for any time, you understand that my focus is always building momentum, approaching the end of the year so that you go into the new year with momentum, with a path already paved, with a sense of direction. I don't believe in trying to start or change something at the beginning of the year. I think you change as you see the need to change, and you build momentum so that you enter into your transitional phase with a sense of purpose and direction. So as an individual, I'm doing that. As the leader of Rick Wallace Enterprises and its subsidiaries, including the Visionary Institute, Master Fitness 21, Odyssey Media, and other entities, that's what we're doing, especially when it comes to Myriad Business Solutions, but more importantly, the Visionary Institute. We are making some strong, distinct changes to how we're doing things so that we can have a stronger impact. And obviously, it comes with different changes. We're making alliances that will facilitate it. We are making the things, making the moves and the decisions that we need to make. This has been a challenging year for me. Anybody who knows me personally knows that I've been keeping everything close to the vest. I will continue to do that, period. Certain things, as far as I'm concerned, need to be kept close to the vest. Public figure, public person, public stage, doesn't matter. I think we put way too much of our personal business out for others to dissect. The thing is, I wake up every morning and I answer the bell. This is Money Monday, and I want to share with you something that I think is immensely important. Money Monday. Money Monday is sort of connected to Wealth Building Wednesday. Wealth Building Wednesday is more about the mechanisms of long-term wealth building, money making. Money Mondays are about how to generate revenue. So companies, streams of income, things of that nature. I want to talk to you about something that's extremely important that I don't think people give enough attention to. And this is one of the reasons why we see cataclysmic failure in business. This is why we see so many people initiate something and never finish it. This is why we see so much go wrong in business, and we tend to balk at the idea of even trying it because there's so much talk about how many businesses fail that we don't look at the reasons they succeed, and we don't look at things that we can control. I have said this over the course of my business career, which spans more than 30 years, 35 to be exact. Let me tell you something. You can have the best plan in the world. I've been doing this for a while. You can have the best plan in the world, but if you don't have the right mindset, if you don't have the right psychology, financial psychology, business psychology, personal performance psychology, if you don't tend to view things in the right perspective, you're going to have a problem. 83% of your success in business is going to be your psychology, how you approach your problems, how you approach your challenges, how you see the different enigmas that you're going to face, how you solve issues that pop up on the go, how you deal with the things that people will define as failure. All of that's going to play into how successful you are. I don't care how good you plan something. You're going to need a psychology that allows you to engage failure, to engage setbacks, to engage disruption, to engage your ideas being intercepted, to engage all different types of things that are considered obstacles in the realm of business. What I can tell you is over the course of 35 years, I have conceptualized and brought to reality and profitability 47 companies and counting. It hasn't been easy all the time. Some things did move, like, there was a point in time and period where I felt like I was the golden child. If I thought it and I started it, it just popped. And then I started reaching for the stars and beyond, and it became challenging. Then I had some setbacks. Then life happens and all different types of things happening, and you have to find a way. Your personality. Let me tell you something. Psychology is this. I can tell a bunch of people when they first come to me, they say, I want to do this, I want to do that. And I can look at the way they're behaving, the way they talk, the things they do, the excuses they make, and I can predict how far they're going to get and what's going to eventually stop them. Let me tell you something. One of the things that I've noticed with people who talk about what they want is there's the what I call the I'll do anything crowd. You got all different types of person. You got the person that knows, man, I'm willing to do this if. They're being honest with themselves. They're saying, man, I'm going to try this, but if this happens, if that happens, I'm not in. That person is being real with themselves. They're going to still have to change their psychology if they're ever really going to be successful, if they're ever really going to get out of the box. They're going to have to change their psychology. The ones who get me is the ones that'll say, I'll do anything, but they really won't. The thing is, when I say I'll do anything, I mean anything outside of the realm of violation of my moral and ethical codes. Anything that doesn't require me to bring harm to anyone else. And other than that, I am willing to do what it takes. I am willing to put in the work. I am willing to work extra. I am willing to connect with people who have like minds. I am willing to take the bumps and the bruises and the setbacks. People talk about all the time, I'll do anything. No, you won't. The first time that there's a problem, you're backing out. The first time there's difficulty, you're backing out. The first time it looks like you're going to meet setbacks, you're backing out. Any sight of pain, you're backing out. Anybody pushing against you, you're backing out. You're not willing to go the distance. You're not willing to do anything. Stop saying I'll do anything if you're not going to do anything. Again, anything means anything within legality, moral and ethical code, not bringing harm to anyone, including yourself, but you're going to have to put in the work. You're going to have the psychology that says I start something, I finish. You're going to have the psychology that says if I've committed to it, then I will see it through. My psychology is simple. I'm relentless. And people say, no, you've got X amount of degrees. You've written X amount of books. You started. Yeah, but when I started, I had none of that. All I had was a psychology that says if I start, I finish. If I make up in my mind that I'm going to have something, I'm going to get it, or I'm going to die trying. That's how it is with me. The knowledge, the accolades, all of that stuff came because I went after it, because I wasn't intimidated by it. I never see a moment that's so intimidating that I don't go into it. I refuse to allow fear, trepidation, anxiety, anything to come in and shut me down on something that can take me, my family, my dream, my vision to the next level. I'm going to go out. I'm going after it. There has to be a psychology that says I'm not going to allow my personal issues to intercept my destiny. That's something else that's got to be there, because you don't get to create businesses. You don't get to create financial revenue streams in a vacuum absence of life. You're going to be going through life simultaneously. You're going to have to learn how to manage it. You're going to have to be committed enough to say, I don't care how bad I'm hurting, I'm going to wake up and answer the bell. And I'm telling you, this year has been one of those hurting years, but I wake up and I answer the bell. Why? Because my legacy isn't going to want to reference how I felt at any given time. My legacy is going to say, what did you show up and do? That's what you're going to have to be willing to look at. What are you willing to show up and do? How far you go? Don't tell me I'll do anything if you're not really serious about it, because if you're actually serious about it, there's absolutely nothing that can stop you. If you really truly have a psychology that says I'll do anything, again, within legality and ethical and moral code, I'll do anything, then what? Nothing can stop you if you're going to do anything, because you're willing to go the distance. See, the only thing that can stop a person that's willing to go the distance is death. I tell you all the time, if I'm still breathing, I'm still in the fight. Doesn't mean I'm not hurting. Doesn't mean I haven't experienced some disappointment. Doesn't mean I haven't met frustration. Doesn't mean I'm not experiencing delay. What it does mean is I know there's a bunch of good stuff on the other side of all the things that I may be experiencing at any given time that I find to be unfavorable. I'm not caught in a situation. I'm not stuck in a situation. I may be going through a challenging moment, but I'm not stuck in it. It's not going to be the ultimate defining moment in my life. What's going to be defining is how I respond to it, how I stand up to it. Look, I know this isn't go do this and you're going to make money, go do, but this is Money Monday because see, you can talk about what you're going to do all day and you're not going to get it. It's a bunch of you stuck on jobs that you hate because you're not willing to do anything. You'll say, I'll do it. Man, if I could just get this, I'll do anything. Man, I hear that so much. And you know what? If everybody that said that did that, this world would be a completely different world. There will be less lack. There will be less struggle. There will less be, because there is an abundance in this world. God created abundance and God created a universe of abundance. We experience lack because we allow our minds to limit us on what we're capable of doing. We experience lack because we don't want to step up and step out and go after things. We experience lack because we buy into circumstances and situations more than we buy into the potential of our mind to create solutions and answers to our problems. That's why we experience the things we experience on the negative side, because we buy into situations and circumstances which are temporal. I don't give my power to anything temporal. I focus on what I'm supposed to be doing. I focus on what I've committed to do. I focus on the things that I believe are possible. Then I step out there and I go do it. That's what I'm challenging everyone to do. This Money Monday is about the mindset, the psychology of wealth building, the psychology of revenue generation, the psychology of winning in finance. You're going to have to change your thinking. You're going to have to change your psychology. You're going to have to change how you engage. Then you're going to have to change how you perceive your reality, or you are going to consistently have issues. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to test your gangster. I'm going to test just how serious you are about doing anything. For those of you who will say I'll do anything, again, within the confines of the law and moral turpitude and ethical standards, I am going to offer you an opportunity to take advantage of a course that will teach you how to launch a business online, or choose to have me and my company set it up for you and manage it until it comes to profitability, meaning that literally by the time you take this company over completely, we will already have earned you the money you've invested in it back. Also, I'm going to offer you an opportunity to work with me directly so that we can get some of those limiting beliefs and ideas and paradigms out of your mind and reshape your thinking and get your psychology right. Because if your psychology isn't right, I don't care what plan you come up. I've seen some splendid plans destroyed. I've seen some splendid plans stuck in the mud because of the psychology. The psychology, if your psychology is anchored in two things, my faith and my relentlessness. I believe in myself. I believe in my destiny. I believe in my purpose. And because of that, I have authored more than 25 books. I have brought to profitability 47 companies. I have came in and mastered and achieved unbelievable accolades in academia. I have done some extraordinary things financially. I have traveled the world. I have done all of this coming from an impoverished background with an absent father that I never met. First time I saw my father was at his funeral. A mother who was 15 years old when she gave birth to me, reared by my great-grandparents. My great-grandfather was the son of a sharecropper, second grade education. But what I did is I decided that I was going to get everything I could out of life. Not because I had this great desire for material things. People who know me know I've had my moments where I went through my little phase, but it's about impact for me. It's about showing people that what they think is impossible isn't impossible. It's about living life in a way that it literally shakes the world. It's about building a legacy. I tell people all the time that the first half of my life was about me. It's about proving what I could do. It's about having stuff that the average people didn't have. It was about flexing. The second half of my life is about my legacy. It's about what I leave behind. One of the most powerful things my grandmother ever dropped on me was I was 9 years old. I was in the 4th grade, and I was really upset about what people were thinking about me, and I wanted her to help me. And she told me, son, stop trying to convince people of who you are and let the life that you live speak for you. Now, that's a lot to dump on a 9-year-old, but I wasn't your average 9-year-old. But also, at the time and emotional state I was in, it set because I was really in a bad, I was really hurting, man. These people, they're saying bad stuff about me that isn't true. Well, I learned that's going to be life. People are going to always have something negative to say. This is the world we live in. So what I had to realize is I'm not going to spend my time trying to convince people who I am. I'm going to show them by the life I live. I'm going to let the life that I live speak for me while I'm living and after I'm gone. What will your life say of you? Outside, you woke up and went to a job you hated and complained about all the time. What will life say? That should be your question. What are you leaving for your children, your grandchildren, your great-grandchildren, their grandchildren? What are you leaving? That should be the question. Look, in the description box, there's going to be an opportunity for you to do something. You say you'll do anything. I'm looking for people that really have been sitting up saying, man, I just want an opportunity. They're out there every day. The thing is, you bypass them because you're looking for a perfect situation. It doesn't exist. You're looking for perfect timing. It doesn't exist. You're looking for the perfect opportunity. It doesn't exist. You got to go out there and create opportunities. You create situations. You create circumstances. You don't wait on them. Life is study dealing you stuff. And you think life is happening to you. No, life is responding to your thinking. Life is responding into your ineptitude to take on challenges. Your life is responding to your unwillingness to go beyond the veil of the box. Get out of the damn box. I tell people all the time, and they kind of look at me funny when I said, I'm not special. I'm not better than you. I don't think anyone's better than me, but I'm not better than you. I think everyone has a gift. As a performance, human behavioral specialist, as a performance psychologist, as a person who deals with people with trauma, as a business person, I have dealt with thousands of people over the course of my life. I've had the chance of evaluating some up closely. I haven't had the chance of observing some at a distance. But what I can tell you is I've yet to meet a person who doesn't have a gift. I've worked with people with ADHD. I've worked with people with Down syndrome. I've worked with people with Asperger's. I've dealt with people with oppositional defiant disorder. I've dealt with people from impoverished backgrounds. I dealt with people from affluent black backgrounds. And what I can tell you is they all have gifts. The problem is most people's gifts are lying dormant. Scripture says that your gift will make room for you and bring you before a great meet. Your opportunities is directly linked to your gift, and you're sitting on it. You're waiting on somebody to give you permission to do what you were ordained and gifted to do. Your life had purpose from the moment you were conceived. There was purpose in your DNA. And nothing will be withheld from you. Poverty is not a lot in life. It's not an assignment. It's a failure to do things that bring you into a place of fluid financial freedom. It's not, well, some people people are poor because they don't know how not to be, or they don't have the work ethic, or they don't have the will to do things differently. They're so ingrained in their thing that they've given their self an identity associated with the poverty and lack that they've experienced, and they can't break free of it because they didn't understand the power of the mind. The mind will anchor you into some stuff. You better be careful what you attach yourself to mentally. Look, I could go on and on about this, but I'm not. What I am going to do is tell you, if you really truly want to change, there's an opportunity for you to do so. If you want to start a business, you can do so in 7 days left online. I'll show you how to do it. It's a very affordable course. If you don't want to do that, if you want to pay to have us do it, we will do it. And this is a special offer because the actual price to do this is 16 grand, but I'm going to do it for you for under 3. But I'm only going to do that for 5 people. Then there's an opportunity to work with me directly. You'll see that in there. And there's a free upgrade to the platinum package tied to. I'm talking about if you really want to do it, this is the chance to do it because I'm meeting you beyond halfway. This is me saying, let me test your gangster. I hear you talking, but here, there goes that excuse out the window. There goes that. Now what are you going to do? Because it's right in front of you. What are you going to do? That's going to be the question in life that you're going to face over and over again. What are you going to do? Stop complaining about it. What are you going to do? Oh, I know you don't like that. What are you going to do? I hate this job. Well, what are you going to do? I would love to start what are you going to do? Look, what I am going to challenge you to do is stop saying I'll do anything if you're not willing to do anything. Because what you don't realize is you're locking yourself into a point of making declarations that you have no sense of acting on. And what you're going to do is you're going to throw the whole power of faith and mind and the way God designed the universe to work for you. And it's going to be hell for you to get out of it. Stop saying stuff you don't mean. Stop saying things you don't mean. Stop making statements you're not going to follow through on. And just say, I'm not willing to do what it takes until you're willing to do what it takes. But hey, for those of you who want to do something special, for those of you who want to close out the year on a powerful note, here's the opportunity to do so. On that note, I'm out of here. You guys have an unbelievable day. I hope that everything turns out the way you want it to, but you're going to have to play a major part in that. As I always say, I live my life on full so that when I leave this place, I down eat. My challenge is to do that. Some people are like, what do you mean by that? Down eat thing. It means when I leave this place, I won't have untapped potential on the table. I will have used it because I will have taken advantage of my 86,400 seconds every day. I will have invested my time, energy, and effort in loving my family, in building businesses, in making connections, in empowering people, in getting the right amount of rest, the right amount of activity. I will have done everything that I could with that potential, and I'll go to the grave having done what I was supposed to do here on this planet. I'm not taking it to the grave with me. Stop enriching the grave. Dr. Miles Monroe always said that the graveyard is the wealthiest place on the planet because you got books unwritten, companies not started, ideas never thought out and acted upon, just potential after potential going to the grave, untapped, unactualized. And it's the wealthiest place on the planet. Stop enriching the grave. It's time to take action. On that note, I wish you the best and I'm out of here.